but to really energize the mind, to understand what's come before, to understand our history, to anticipate and dream of our future, to comment on our present and oversee it. And that's really clear that when I say communities, I don't just mean a town. A university is a community. A law firm is a community. A hospital is a community. What community that librarian serves, their job is to help them learn. Maybe just learning what literature they like. It may just be learning about what their options are, but it may be learning about whole new forms of matter. Maybe learning about new ways to cure disease. But this isn't enough. If we simply define a librarian as their mission, there are many people who share this mission. A professor, a teacher share this mission. Right? The idea is to help and teach. Publishers share this mission. Online search services could say they share this mission. So that's not enough to uniquely define a librarian. To do that, we need two more components. The next component we need is how we do that. How do we enact this mission? How do we help facilitate learning? Well, we do it by four primary means. The first is motivation. We understand what drives people to learn. Is it something internal that they've always wanted to know? Is it something external? Their professor's given them an assignment, their teacher has asked them to write a paper, their boss has asked them to do research. By understanding what motivates people, we can better empower, we can make things more relevant to them, we can help find resources that they are going to understand, that they are going to love, and that they are going to access. Speaking of which, our second means is access. We provide access from the individual to a body of literature, but also to the rest of the community. Yes, to a collection, to a space to study, to a third place, to a place to be a community. Access is vitally important, but it goes both ways. Not just access from the citizen to the collection, to the materials, to the library, but access to the whole community. Finding people with shared and common interests that connect. Being able to help an individual produce a podcast or a video or a song or write their own book to share back with the community. Access is about empowering the world, empowering the individual to access the world and the world to access the individual. And knowledge, which is it's great to say we're going to help someone study new frontiers of medicine or physics. But do they know the language? Do they understand what a peer-reviewed source is? Do they know how to find the book? Do they know how to engage this conversation? So we provide training. We provide basic understanding of what we're doing. We also do this by providing a powerful environment. An environment that, yes, is a space that people can participate in, that can utilize this space, that can be a quiet space or a loud space. We also provide, ultimately, a safe space to explore dangerous ideas. We should do that. We have to worry about people's comfort in this environment, in whether they're going to be, what their privacy is, whether people are going to see this information or not. And so we provide an environment where people can feel a level of comfort to get uncomfortable. They can read materials they may not normally read. They can be exposed to ideas they may not normally be exposed to. So we provide an environment. But once again, our mission and our means are not exclusively about librarianship. Online services, schools, etc. could do this. So we need a third component, which is the values that drive that work. We, yes, do this mission, we provide these means, but we're always guided by our values. We are guided by learning and openness. We are guided by helping people to know new things and to do so in a transparent way. Our transparency. These are our biases. These are our understanding. This is our limitations. This is things that you can and cannot get from these materials and collections, to be open with that. We are about intellectual honesty, not being objective or unbiased, because actually we can't. Librarians believe in openness. We believe in improvement. We have a vision of what is better. And that means that we have a point of view, and we express that and make that available to people so they can understand the service that we're giving them. We believe in intellectual freedom and safety. We are against censorship. A librarian is someone who, once again, with diversity of thought, diversity of individuals, diversity of backgrounds, of religions, of all sorts of things. We believe that those larger, greater conversations with more and ever more diverse people, diverse sources, diverse information leads to better decisions, leads to better knowledge, leads to a better society. So we support our community in this way. Now, knowing what a librarian is, we can define what a library is. So what is a library? A library is a mandated, facilitated space, maintained by the community, stewarded by librarians, and dedicated to knowledge. What does that mean? A library, first of all, is mandated. We have to have a mission to have a library, whether that's a certification, an accreditation, whether that's a license, whether that's part of the organizational structure. The community has to say, we want a library. But it's not just an empty space with a lot of materials. It's a facilitated space. That means we think about how tall the shelves are. How can kids come in? Is this the quiet area? Is this the loud area? The librarian doesn't simply open a door. The librarian creates a playground for the mind. And that's a facilitation. That is maintained by the community, paid for by the community in tuition dollars, in tax dollars, in time, in space, giving people a place to build a library. That's all the community's contribution and ownership of this library function. Stewarded by librarians. That is, communities really shape a library. A library should, in essence, shape itself around the community. Instead of every library looking the same, they look very different from each other, but very much like the community they're serving. And that's where librarians come in, because librarians, as stewards,